The Dusty Futon May Ride special was recorded live at Biggs Harley Davidson in San Marcos for the 16th annual May Ride. The Dusty Futon LLC would wish to thank Clint August and the May Ride for their contribution for making sure that these episodes happen. Hello and welcome to episode number 2 of the Dusty Futon's May Ride special, where we recorded live at this year's 16th annual May Ride. This episode features a band called The Rock. Now, we actually recorded a full episode with them, which will be out in a couple of weeks, but they performed at this year's May Ride. And this episode is brought to you by Backstage360.com, the musician's media. The Dusty Futon is a musician's podcast bringing you the raw musician and what they bring to the table. Backstage360.com works hard to bring you even more with creative write-ups, professional interviews, and stunning photography. Full disclosure, I do contribute write-ups and reviews and conduct interviews for them occasionally. Backstage360.com also assists with the promotion of events, products, tours, new music, and they provide an overall insider's peek into the impedimenta of the backstage. Backstage360.com, they truly are the musician's media. And we had them sit on our couch and found out a bunch more information, especially how a couple of the members of the band have family that were serving in the military on this Armed Forces Day event. We had stunt bikes performing during these guys' show. We take a second to chat about that. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens, including a conversation about kilts, because bagpipes were playing in the background, and we had Clint talking in the background. So take a listen to The Rock right here, live for the Dusty Futon May Ride special. So this is the 16th annual May Ride. Thank you guys for coming out, because it's really cool what they do here. And all that stuff. Yeah, and
it supports
whatever.
Troops and their families.
Yep.
Have any of you guys served, or your family served in the military?
My dad did.
Your
My
dad
father
served?
also, yes.
Was he a veteran? Did he serve in any awards? Do tours of duty?
No, he was in between. So
Okay.
yeah.
He was one of the lucky ones.
The Korean War and the Vietnam War. So yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he missed out on both good ones.
Yeah.
My pop was in World War II, and he was a B-24 waist gunner.
He was a pilot?
Wow, that's
Wow.
awesome.
He wasn't a pilot, he was a waist
Waist
gunner.
gunner.
Oh, so he was like the turret.
Yeah.
Like in Star Wars. You know?
Yes,
As I like to call them, rear gunner.
the rear gunner.
You like rare things, don't you?
You deserve
Tommy.
that.
Tommy, hey now.
John, that just went south, even further than I thought.
Well, you like going south, right?
Well, I do. Thank you.
My dad was
See what I did there?
30 years in the Navy.
30 years in the Navy.
30 years.
David Dog,
career-
just like
career
Big
Navy.
John. Very
And
nice.
my pop was
Career
in World
names?
War II, 5 beach landings in the South Pacific. He was a sergeant.
Wow. Well, thank you to all of your fathers. So I guess you all come from military families.
Yeah.
And thanks them for their service. Are they still with us today?
No.
Yes, my dad's 96 years
Wow,
old.
that's
He's
amazing.
still,
God
That's
bless
amazing.
he's still
Yeah,
driving.
That's amazing.
What?
That's scary.
And probably better than me.
What
you
kind
know,
of-
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I know 25-year-olds who... No, I'm just... You're not 25.
So
Well-
what kind of car does he drive, and where's the neighborhood?
I'm moving.
So I know where to
I'll send that
stay
notice
away.
out later.
Just keep it at that. I'm moving. Well, okay, so you guys killed it there, and you had some entertainment in front of you as well to watch while you're playing.
Oh, yeah.
How I didn't get to see any of those. They had the bicyclists. These were bicycles.
Doing flips.
Yeah, really cool. Those guys are talented.
Like getting 10 feet in the air, like massive hang time.
We used to do 3 trash cans back in the day.
Right, it wasn't
And that
even
was
a jump.
considered good.
It was a log that was set. It was like a 2x4 that you kind of set up and hope that it didn't kick over.
When you hit it, yeah, exactly.
I did a bamboo stick.
No. He did 3 trash cans. Then he got on his bike.
Oh, okay.
Fell all over through them, yeah.
That's how Oscar the Grouch
I
was
took
born.
that one away from the sexual references. So I want to know more about you guys. So we end up talking to the Futon a little bit more. But where did you guys meet? Like, how did you guys get together?
I've known Danny since we were kids. Can you turn
Yeah.
this up in my ears a little bit?
Yeah, you are this one, right?
Yeah, thank you. Danny and I met playing Little League when we were kids. And so we were on the same team when we were 9 years old.
What was the name of your team?
10 years old.
10
The
years old.
Athletics.
The Athletics.
Yes.
That's a lot of syllables for
It
that.
is.
Athletics. Yeah.
But yeah, we've known each other since we were 10. He got in a couple of bands. I got in a few bands, and they used to come watch me before this even got started. But I think I said on the last interview, I gave him a call out of the blue in '85. He had a bass player. I knew of a guitarist, Adam here, and we got together. We did a first rehearsal, and it was magic. We all clicked together
Yeah,
excellently.
you guys go into a lot more detail in the episode that'll be out in a few weeks. But how do you get? I'm sorry, I'm bad with names again.
Danny.
Dan, I
You
keep
could be
wanting to
frank
call
with
you
me
Larry.
if you want to.
Oh, I'm not Frank. I'm John. Big
That's
John.
okay. We call him Larry too.
And don't call me
Or
Shirley.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, Danny. Okay, Danny, how did you get connected with the May Ride? Because you brought them into this event.
Oh boy.
Clint.
Let's see. Clint August. That goes way back. He hired my old band here like 3 years ago. Tom Myrick, that's really good friends with Clint Eastwood.
He thinks he is sometimes that single shooting gunner. Dude.
You know what I'm saying, and he Tom hooked us up to get this gig, so I got to thank him, Mr.
Cool.
Tom Myrick. I think he went for the ride this morning, but yeah, this is a cool event right here.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
Can we give a shout out to Howie too for helping put all this on?
No.
Yeah, fuck Howie.
Who, Howie? You mean? Oh, okay.
Howie.
Got it.
Yeah,
Howie,
that
no.
guy.
No,
The point of contact between Clint and August and Biggs Harley Davidson to make sure this gets done and gets done right.
Yeah, if anybody's busier than Clinton, didn't think there ever was. It might be Howie.
It might be
I
Howie.
appreciate the work that they put on, that we can all come out and do this and stuff. And thank you guys for coming out and entertaining.
You know what? We have to really thank our sound engineer, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Chris,
He dialed us in.
I will
so
have
fast.
to say he was 15 minutes late for my performance
Oh,
at
was he
8:30
really?
this morning. I was up on stage with my guitar and my music stand, and he took forever to get started. But he's good. He's really good. And it's not really his fault. He was up at like 3 a.m. doing some crazy shit. And
Well, we won't go there.
Yeah.
No.
Luckily, we were able to fight back the angry patrons that
Yeah.
were demanding to see Big John.
yeah,
It was like a Guns N' Roses concert. You know, you wait like 2.5 hours for him to finally come out. And
all three of them. Yeah.
If he comes
Yeah.
out, yeah.
Exactly, right. After a couple of rails, you know, and he's out of his hangover from the night before, he finally came upstairs. And he actually put on a really good set. I got to give you a hand for your performance today. Yeah. Give him snaps.
Thank you. I think they deserve more than me, but
Yes, they do.
I
Much
did
more.
have fans out. I had a friend of mine and his kid and a couple other people show up at 8:30 this morning to see me perform. I
Good
was
for them.
impressed.
That's awesome.
you know.
There you
That's
go.
awesome.
But that's
Yeah.
like a 16th or 32nd of what you guys had out there screaming and jumping and bouncing with you, and you had the crowd eating out of the palm of your hands. It was so freaking awesome.
And I even streamed it on Facebook, so we
Awesome,
had a,
wow.
a
Yep,
whole
I got
bunch
you
of
guys up
people.
on there too.
Badass.
So for those
Yeah.
watching live, thank you. And if you haven't seen it already, go up, check it out on the Facebook, and you can see The Rock actually perform some of their set.
Cool.
And where can the people find you to find out more about your information?
Either on Facebook, it's the Facebook San Diego 1986,
Okay.
and on the web, it's
Say that again. Sorry. Just say that one more time.
You're going to make me do that again.
It's hard to concentrate with everything that's going on because there is
There's-
a
yeah, there's
cacophony of noise.
We're
You've got
hearing
motorcycle
Facebook-
stunt show.
John,
Got
quit playing those
bagpipes.
bagpipes.
I know. The bagpipes going on.
John, put the bagpipes down.
It's like, and the guy's actually wearing a kilt, too.
Is he wearing underwear? Do they wear
I don't-
underwear?
they
though?
don't. They don't.
That is
Totally.
frowned upon. That's like
They
putting
don't.
ketchup on hot dogs in Chicago.
Exactly.
You don't do it.
Exactly.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Actually, the best thing to do is go to Facebook, search for The Rock San Diego.
There you go. There you go. Do you guys have a website coming up soon?
Yeah, we have therock.me.
That's
So,
right.
The Rock Me.
Rock Me.
I like
That's
that.
right.
Rock me, baby.
Like a hurricane. Different band.
And you know where you can find us, DustyFuton.com, and anywhere you can find a Let me go radio on this. Anywhere you find your podcast, you can either just search for Dusty Futon, and you'll find us. And subscribe and follow us on blah, blah, blah.
And
That's right. And all you ladies out there, check us out on YouTube because you can see all these beautiful faces in front of you and see what you missed out on
Boom.
because they're probably all spoken for.
And on June 9th, we are opening for Jack Russell's Gray
Gray
White.
White.
That's right.
Along with the band, San Diego band Sled.
Boom.
That's in
gonna
El
be
Cajon,
Absolutely.
right?
El Cajon,
Yes, it is.
Nicky Rotten's in Rancho San Diego.
Yes. The new Nicky Rotten
The
location,
new
not
Nicky Rotten
downtown.
location out in Rancho
Yes.
San Diego, yes.
Yes,
Nice.
exactly. We'll be there.
Yes.
And so will you.
Yes.
We will.
You will. Wait a minute. Did you just volunteer me for something?
No, I was speaking through the microphone to the listener. The royal you.
Oh,
you will be there.
The proverbial you.
My Jedi mind trick.
But
This
you
is
should
the
bring
path
the
you would like
mods.
to see.
I like
You should go there with the mods.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Exactly.
Powerful mind.
This is the band.
We're
you're
having like
looking
3
for.
different conversations right now.
Well, anytime bagpipes are going, it just sets a mood. You know what I mean?
They make
Let's
me
talk. The
they make-
bagpipes are playing really loud. Let's talk really loud.
They make me want to take a leak.
I know, right? Like, lift that kilt up.
I'm getting horny, so I don't know.
All right. And on that note, thank you for tuning in.
All right, but hey, let's sing along now. You guys all know the song.
We did.
And that's my cue.
This is the Futon.
You guys got anything else new you want to
sign
plug?
off of every episode we've ever
That was a
Hey,
sign off? Okay,
I
never
think
mind.
we really need to plug his mouth.
That's me.
Now that's the sign off we want.
Hey, how many tickets do we have left for this show coming up?
A few.
Okay.
Well,
Like maybe 10.
10 tickets.
Oh. So you should get on down here to Biggs Harley Davidson in
That's
San
right.
Marcos
I got 2 in my
today.
car right now.
Don't break into Danny's car and steal them. He'll probably give them to you. He'll work out a deal with you. But come
And you
find
can
him.
go to that really long Facebook profile page number thingy that he just said in order to contact them to possibly buy those tickets
And you
before
can
they're
meet us,
sold out.
You can
I'm
meet us
confused,
behind
John.
the
I'm
third
just-
trash can
exactly.
from the left in the alley
really
Yeah.
confused.
and in the dark corner.
Yeah, and if you want to buy a Bolex, he's got some of those too. He's
Yes.
got all sorts of fun wares.
And if you
And
want to learn,
CDs. We just got our
Yes.
CDs. They're right behind you in a box.
I saw them. I almost tripped over them, and then I stole one and threw it at somebody.
Oh, okay.
I blame them.
I just want you to know. See how quiet it got?
No, I
love
still
you,
heard the
man.
fucking
No, the guy
bagpipes.
didn't stop
I just
yet.
want you-
I love you, man.
I love you, man.
You know what? I'll tell you what. You don't want to listen to this podcast to learn how to do a sign off because we've done 3 so far. We're still recording. But that's what's awesome
like-
about you guys.
It's like Eagles farewell tours, you know. They'll just keep on having them.
I mean, any band from that era.
yeah.
They're pretty-
How many farewell tours has the Who had so far?
Oh,
right?
my
They
God.
keep running out of
I
money.
went to their first farewell tour, which was in 1982.
And their most recent one, they had to cancel because of old age.
See
Well,
how
not
they
really
are?
old age.
That gives Big John
And the-
hope for Rush when they come back, you know, in the
Oh,
future
God,
in
they-
2112.
No, Rush did it right. They pushed their asses off for 40 years, and they said, you know what?
We're done.
We're good.
Yeah.
You guys enjoy our catalog.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
yep.
good.
Yep.
It's hard to watch The Who without Keith Moon
Oh, God, yeah.
and John Entwistle. Come on.
Yeah, it was when I saw him at the Super Bowl halftime show. It was a little lackluster. I feel there's something missing. They
Yeah.
they did have John and they had Pete up front, but I'm pretty sure didn't they have a different drummer? I don't
Was
think
it Kenny Jones or
It's probably
Kenny was the
Starkey?
first
Zach
one.
Starkey.
he was some young guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Zach Starkey.
Yeah.
It's
Ringo Starr's
Ringo's
kid.
son. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that
Well, there
Asian
you go.
guy?
Hello.
Some young
Ringo.
guy.
Here we go, Ringo again.
Hey, we also want to let you know that in the very near future, we're going to start doing some live podcasts from our studio.
Cool.
And we'll
Really?
start sending those out. And those will be, we'll have a chat with you about this, okay? And
Please
and
do.
we'll get together about that. And what we want to do is we get together most of the time on Mondays, and I have a recording studio. So what we'll do is set that up and do a live podcast in there. We want to make that a regular thing so that people can get on board with us.
Yeah.
And get to see what's happening and hear what's happening. And, you know, I mean, good or bad, right? If somebody hits a clam, it's there, baby.
It's
And,
so
you know,
much fun starting to podcast.
all about
you
that
take this
clam.
baby and run with it.
Yeah.
You don't
You
know
You get
what's
halfway
gonna
through the
happen.
song, it's like, oops, no, that
Johnny
wasn't
Do you
right.
smell
Here, let's
that?
start over
Johnny
again.
boy.
Do you smell that? Burnt rubber?
Gas
Are
leak?
Are they already
Yeah.
doing that?
Yeah.
Are they already burning tires? All right, we
They're
got to go
burning
see some
tires,
cool
so-
shit. So, all
yeah,
right,
Stunt
I got to
show.
close this off. This is a legitimate sign off. Bye.
Hey, thank you guys
Thanks to
Thank
The
you.
Rock for coming
Thank
out
you
here and being on the
both
futon with us.
Yes.
for last week
Did you
and
notice?
today.
It's
Hell yeah.
actually a futon this
The
time.
dusty
We came
futon
through.
people.
And it's actually dusty.
And it's yes, it is.
Oh, fun story. Before,
I gonna-
I know we
okay.
signed off, but this actually
Am I going to
took a
have
tumble
dust
on the
on my
freeway.
ass when I get
There's
up
a
from here?
reason.
Really?
There's
Is that
a
when I
reason.
ran
yeah.
over?
No, I got to tell you. Okay, so last week when I had all this stuff was brand new,
Yeah.
right? Including the tent. And you see the holes in the tent?
Sure.
All right, so I had a roof rack attached to my car, and I had everything on there. And because it was so freaking windy, the roof rack failed. It bent and ripped everything off my car. So that was a brand new Futon.
God.
So I'm like, well, now it's dusty.
Living up to the name.
Now
Exactly.
it's the deadly futon.
All right,
Now,
thanks, guys.
you notice how we make you have to do another sign-off.
Yeah, I know. You keep pushing the sign-offs. All right, thank you guys again for coming right off stage,
Thank
coming
you.
right on the
Thank you.
Futon.
Thank you so much.
You guys have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Thank you again to the members of The Rock for sitting down and chatting with us one more time and having a blast with us, talking about so many different things. We just couldn't seem to end the episode. Too many different sign-offs, and we finally made one happen at the end. And, of course, big shout-out to Clint Eastwood. Eastwood for connecting Danny and the guys to this awesome event. It was just so much fun at the May Ride. So if you missed it this year, make sure and come out next year. It's always at Biggs Harley Davidson in San Marcos, and it's always on Armed Forces Day. Special thanks to Tyler and Spicy Kim for coming out to be a part of this Dusty Futon May Ride special, as well as Clint August for making sure the Dusty Futon could be there at this year's annual May Ride. And of course, shout out to Biggs Harley Davidson for putting on another excellent May Ride, and to Backstage 360 for being our incredible sponsor. Thanks for listening to this production of the Dusty Futon LLC. Make sure and subscribe to us and follow us at www.dustyfuton.com.